Gentlemen, welcome into Rickman Elementary School tonight, where the Livingston Middle School basketball teams will travel here to take on the Rickman Elementary School basketball teams. Happy to have you with us here on Overton Events. We do apologize if you're watching this one that we were unable to go live from the Rickman gym. The internet signal not strong enough there. Going to try to work on that to have it fixed where we can go live before the season comes to an end here in Rickman. But if you're watching this tape delayed, we appreciate you watching it. But we just could not go live because of the signal strength here as we get ready for this one. Girls matchup getting ready, and they're getting ready for the national anthem here tonight. And we'll have that. We'll be back with the starters in just a moment. National anthem finishing up here at Rickman Elementary as we get ready for this girls matchup tonight. Now the Livingston Middle School girls come in 0-1 overall. They're 0-1 in Overton County play as they played on Tuesday night down in Hillham. Hillham got the win there in a game you saw here on Overton Events. The starters for head coach Robert Godsey and the Livingston Middle School Lady Tigers. Fortunately tonight, we do have Lady Tigers against Lady Bulldogs. Starters will be number 12, Sophia Smith, number 22, Shaylee Smith, number 45, Ariana Pritchard, number 50, Amnesty Cannon, and number 51, Isabella Whiteside, the starting five for Livingston Middle School, dressed in the road blue, the black numbers, the white trim on the basketball uniforms. Rickman, they're coached by Misty Garrett. She's assisted by Buddy Sales, Elliott Poston, a voice familiar to you here on Overton Events, Alexis Phipps, an assistant coach at Rickman. The Lady Bulldogs are 1-1 on the season. They're 1-0 in county play. The win over Wilson Elementary School last Thursday night. Rickman going to start number 3, Allie Reams, number 10, Audrey Clark, number 23, Addie Mae Knappenberger, number 24, Chloe Dow, and number 43, Snowy Hossel, the starting five for Rickman, dressed in the home gold. The gold numbers outlined in the purple for Rickman as we get ready to get this one underway here this evening. Happy to have you with us. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Help us grow our channel. It will cost you nothing to subscribe, never cost you anything to subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, give us a follow on our Facebook page. Also share the videos on Facebook and YouTube and just help us grow and continue to bring these events to you throughout Overton County. Ariana Pritchard stepping in to jump for Livingston. Rickman will get Chloe Dial into the center circle to jump. Rickman moving to the bucket to our left. Livingston moving to the bucket to our right. The official steps in. Ball going to be controlled by Rickman. Is there to chase it down. It's going to be Clark. Long pass ahead to Reams. Quickly down low to Dial. Breaking to the rim. Layup good. Chloe Dial. Dial has the first two of the night as Rickman running the floor without the basketball hitting the floor, and they get the early bucket. And there's a travel on Shaylee Smith for Livingston. That's going to give the basketball right back to Rickman as Hossel will step out to throw in for the Lady Bulldogs. Goes into Reams. First time they'll set up in the half court in this game. Down low, Dial is wide open. Layup good, Chloe Dial. Dial has all four of Rickman's points as they jump in front 4-0. Cannon to throw in. Plays the ball into Whiteside, coming back to help against the pressure. Clark knocked it away. Excuse me, that is Knappenberger that knocked it away. But a foul going to be called on Rickman. Picking it up will be Addie Mae Knappenberger. She'll pick up her first in the first quarter. And Livingston will play the ball in the backcourt with Cannon to throw in right in front of her bench to Sophia Smith. Smith back to Cannon, top of the key. They double team. Reams knocks it away. Alley dives on the floor. Cannon dives on the floor. And they'll tie it up. The arrow is going to give it to Livingston. Lady Tigers will play it in the backcourt, or in the front court as they're going that way. The official pointed the other way, but they are going to the bucket on that end, the stage end. Pritchard backs it back out to Shaylee Smith. Almost thrown away, but Whiteside is there. Her 18-foot jump shot is no good. Rebound, Dial. Dial's outlet almost thrown away, is thrown away. Reams trying to save it, couldn't get to it, and the turnover by Rickman will give it right back to Livingston. Pritchard, or rather Cannon, stepping out to throw in to Sophia Smith. Smith, dangerous pass stolen away by Clark. Clark to Reams running the floor. Right side layup blocked away by Pritchard. Stays in bounds where Rickman recovers it. Reams in the right corner. Jumper on the right side is good. Allie Reams. Reams with her first two. Gives Rickman a 6-0 lead as the inbound's knocked away by Reams, but it rolls right to Sophia Smith. Smith has it knocked free by Hossel, and now a walk will be called on Smith. So the turnover by Livingston will give it back to Rickman. Rickman to play it in. Left side front court as they'll throw in. Right in front of us is nobody breaking free. Finally, it's going to be Knappenberger up top. Left side Reams. Alley, long three in the air is no good. Rebound on the floor and knocked out of bounds. The foul going to be called on the play. It's going to go on Rickman. As picking it up will be number 43. Therefore, Rickman, Snowy Hossel will pick up her first. Second foul in the first quarter. As now they'll put the ball in play. Will Livingston. Inbounds goes to Sophia Smith. Smith might have got away with a double dribble there. Dangerous pass stolen by Hossel to Reams. Drops it off to Hossel. A driving layup good. And she is fouled, and she's got a chance of the three-point play. That was Knappenberger that got the steal. I'll get 23 and 43 right in a moment as the foul going to go on number 50, Amnesty Cannon. Cannon will pick up her first foul in the game against Livingston. Puts Hossel on the line for her first free throw. It rims out. Rebound taken away by Dial. Reverse layup underneath, no good by Dial. And the rebound going to be taken away by Whiteside. Whiteside then has it knocked away, but knocked out of bounds. Touched last by Rickman. It will go back to Livingston with Cannon stepping out to play the ball into Sophia Smith. Smith dribbling against the pressure by Rickman. They're 2-2-1. Reams knocks it away, but right back to Smith. Smith goes front court now to Cannon. Cannon double team. Ball knocked away and taken away by Knappenberger. Knappenberger to Dial running the floor. Chloe will drive. Her shot blocked. Rebound taken away by Clark. Then Clark has it stolen by Cannon. Cannon now will go to Sophia Smith. Smith back to Shaylee Smith. Smith across the timeline. Reams a little shaken up for Rickman as they work it right side to Sophia Smith. Back up top to Shaylee Smith, and she's blocked by Dial, and they're going to get Reams out of there. Not sure what happened, but she's over here with Coach Misty Garrett, and they're going to take her out. Checking in to replace her will be number 44, Jade Champlain. Champlain checking in for the first time, and certainly hope nothing serious to Allie Reams for Rickman, as in the front court with it is Hossel. Her three on the right side is no good. Long rebound right back out to Hossel, and she's going to be pushed and fouled by Pritchard. Ariana Pritchard will pick up her first. Second foul in the first quarter on Livingston. And Rickman will play it on the inline with Knappenberger stepping out of bounds to throw in. Plays it underneath to Dial, who gets free at the rim. Layup good, Chloe Dial. Dial has her 6 point. She scored 6 of their 10. We're halfway through the first quarter. Rickman's out in front 10-0. Whiteside, long pass to Pritchard in the front court. Pritchard will drive, gets inside, and a hand check going to be called on Champlain as she'll pick up her first foul. Third foul in the quarter against Rickman. So a throw in here for Livingston with Cannon stepping out to throw in. Cannon. Pass knocked away by Clark. trying to run it down, but can't do so. It'll get out of bounds. Touch last by Rickman. Basketball going to go back to Livingston as they'll play the ball in right at the end of the Rickman bench. Inbounds goes Shaylee Smith, taken away. Knappenberger with the steal. Knappenberger, left side layup, good by Addie Mae Knappenberger. Scoring her first two. Rickman's seen 4 different players score, and they lead it now 12-0. Sophia Smith, Clark will knock that pass away. And it went off the knee of Pritchard and out of bounds. Touch last by Livingston. Basketball will go back to Rickman as Hossel to throw it in. Before they do, though, Livingston's going to get Kayana Adams into the ball game. She'll come in replacing Shaylee Smith. Hossel to throw in. Trying to go down low to Champlain. Knocked away by Whiteside and out of bounds. Touch last by Livingston. It'll go back to Rickman with Hossel to play the ball in again. To Knappenberger. Knappenberger, left corner Hossel. She'll take the long 2 and knock it down. Snowy Hossel, a step inside the 3-point arc. Knocks down her 4th point of the night. Rickman extends the lead to 14-0 here in the first quarter, and Adams going to be fouled in the backcourt by Clark. Audrey Clark will pick up her first, team's 4th in the quarter. So for the rest of the quarter, Livingston's going to be shooting the 2 free throws. Remember that rule change in basketball across the country this season? You shoot 2 free throws on the 5th foul of each quarter. They reset each quarter. There's going to be a travel on Whiteside, and the turnover will give it back to Rickman. Knappenberger stepping out to throw in. Plays it into Clark. Clark, left-hand dribble, works her way to the free throw line. Left side, Hossel. Hossel down low, Clark. Clark through the lane to Knappenberger. Free throw line, Dial. Her jumper's banking, no good. Champlain has the rebound knocked away and knocked out of bounds off Rickman. It'll go to Livingston as they'll play it in on the inline with Cannon stepping out to throw in for the Lady Tigers. Champlain plays it in to Sophia Smith. Cannon was the one on the throw in. There's a steal by Hossel. Hossel then going to be tripped up, and Ariana Chaffin going to pick up the foul. Rather, Ariana Pritchard will pick up the foul. Her 2nd. Team's 3rd is Pritchard. Picks up number 2. Livingston's going to get number 10, Reese Parrott, into the ball game for the first time, as Pritchard will sit down with the 2 fouls. Inbounds goes to Knappenberger. Knappenberger, left side, Clark. Clark dribbling out. Now goes high post to Dial. Quickly to Hossel. Hossel back to Dial, cutting the lane. Her jumper in front, good. Chloe Dial. Dial having a big night for the Lady Bulldogs. She scored 8 of their 16, and Rickman leads it 16-0 here in the first quarter. Adams brings it front court. Picks up the dribble in the corner. Dangerous pass stolen by Champlain. Champlain now to Clark. Clark has it knocked away. Kept the dribble, though. They'll skip it right side. Knappenberger. She'll drive. Goes inside. Dial. Jumper down low. No good. Champlain trying to tap that one out. Will be on the back of Reese Parrott, and should be free throws here for Livingston, as that's foul number 5. Whiteside going to sit down for Livingston. Coming in to replace her will be Garrett Cole. See, the table has to learn a lot, as should be number 10 shooting the free throws for Livingston. Let's see who they put on the free throw line. I think they missed the one. It should be 10, I believe. And they will put her up there. That is the correct one. They were going to send Sophia Smith, but it should be Reese Parrott going to the line, as Parrott shooting 2 for the Lady Tigers. Trying to get Livingston on the board here tonight. Free throws on the way. Bouncing good. So Parrott scores her first point. Lady Tigers get on the board with 1:15 to play in the first quarter, as they lead it 16-1. Parrott to shoot a second free throw. This one's on the way. This one's good again. Parrott makes them both. 16-2 Rickman, as Livingston on the board as the inbounds goes to Knappenberger. Allie Reams going out for the Lady Bulldogs, as they've gone to get some ice for her. Clark on this near side will cross it over in the corner. Dial. Dial dribbles with the right hand, swings it down to Hossel. Hossel to Knappenberger. Back to Hossel on a little give and go. Driving layup, good. Snowy Hossel. Give it up, get it back, and Hossel went right to the rim, lays it up and in for her 6th point. Rickman back out by 16 at 18-2. Adams in the backcourt. Her pass taken away by Clark. Left-hand layup is no good. Clark gets her own rebound. Clark will back it back on the dribble. She's open for three. That one's bouncing, no good. Rebound taken away by Cannon. Cannon now to Adams. Adams will bring it front court. Will cross it over. Keeps control of the dribble. Adams backs it back out to Cannon. Cannon back to Adams on the left wing. Looking for someone to make the pass to and find Sophia Smith as we've got 12 seconds to play in the quarter. Hossel with the steal. Hossel in the front court is going to be pushed and fouled by Kayana Adams. Adams will pick up her first, team's fourth, so a throw in here for Rickman with 8 seconds to play in the first quarter. Now the fouls will reset as Livingston's going to get number 2, Zoe Vaughn, into the ballgame for the first time. She'll replace Adams. Inbounds goes to Dow. Dow back to Hossel. Short corner baseline jumper on the left side's no good. Champlain with the rebound. Back to Hossel. Her jumper at the buzzer is good. Snowy Hossel. Hossel ends the quarter with the 2, and we're through one complete. It is Rickman 20. Livingston 2. We'll be back to Rickman right after this. Back here at Rickman Elementary School to start the second quarter as we look at the scoring in the first quarter. Chloe Dow and Snowy Hossel leading Rickman, leading all scorers. Both players have scored 8 apiece. 2 points apiece for Allie Reams and Addie Mae Knappenberger to give Rickman their total of 20. Livingston the only points for the Lady Tigers by Reese Parrott on 2 free throws in that first quarter as we're ready to start the second quarter. Basketball going to belong to Rickman. To start the second, as it's going to be Dow, Knappenberger, Hossel, Champlain, and Clark for the Lady Bulldogs. For Livingston, as they still haven't left the bench area, now they will. For Livingston, it's going to be Parrott, Garrett Cole checking in. She came in at the last dead ball. Also Cannon, Vaughn, and Sophia Smith. Not sure what the official was coming over here to check at the table, but it will belong to Rickman to start the second quarter as Hossel will step out to throw in. Livingston will settle back into a half-court zone. Now Sophia Smith going to come out and guard the inbounder as the throw-in goes to Knappenberger. Lob on the baseline. Champlain made a good catch. Right corner, Hossel. Hossel dribbles with the left hand. She'll swing it out to Clark. Clark on the baseline, Dow. Dow will drive. Little floater left side. Rim's good. Chloe Dow. Soft touch from Dow on the left baseline. She goes into double figures with 10 as Vaughn has that one go off her hands. Picked up by Cannon. Cannon trying to keep control against the pressure. Now to Vaughn. Vaughn picked it up in a bad spot and walked with the basketball. One step across the half-court stripe is not the place you want to pick it up. And the turnover will give it back to Rickman as they get a couple of new players onto the floor. Number 25, Aaliyah Paul will check in. And number 41, Mila Beth Melton coming in. As Melton will throw in to Knappenberger. Knappenberger, left side Clark. Clark will fake, will drive. Floater banking, no good. Clark gets her own rebound back up, no good. Clark with another rebound will back it back out. Up top now to Knappenberger. Knappenberger is going to be, they're going to be a 3-second call away from the ball. I think that was Dow. Could have been Paul in there. I'm not sure which one they got in the lane too long, but the 3-second violation will give it back to Livingston. Inbounds goes Sophia Smith. Smith now to Cannon. Cannon in the front court being picked up out high by Dow. Rickman's went man-to-man. Knappenberger knocks it away and knocks it out of bounds. Touch last by the Lady Bulldogs. It will stay with Livingston with a minute gone in the second quarter, and Rickman leading 22-2 here in this first half. Cannon to throw in on the sideline. Plays it in off the hands of Parrott. Ball is loose. on the floor. They scramble for it, and finally a jump ball going to be called, and the arrow is going to give it to Livingston. Lady Tigers will play it in on the sideline with Cannon stepping out to throw in. Cannon against a deny defense by Rickman, and Vaughn dribbles in the backcourt. Over and back violation by Livingston. Will give it back to Rickman as Dial will step out to throw in. Dial to play it in on the sideline. Goes inbounds to Knappenberger. Knappenberger, right side to Dial. Dial with the left-hand dribble. Her floater in the lane rims out. Rebound tapped by Melton out of bounds. Touch last by Rickman. It will go to Livingston. First time we've done a game here at the Rickman Gym as Pritchard, Whiteside, and Shaylee Smith return for Livingston. Cole, Sophia Smith, and I didn't see who the other one was that left. Of course, their floor was under construction last year, so unable to do any games here. Now Parrott going to leave the lineup. The inbounds goes to Sophia Smith. Oh, Shaylee Smith with it. She has it knocked away and stolen by Knappenberger. Knappenberger, wide open right side layup. Good, Addie Mae Knappenberger. Knappenberger lays it up and in for her 4th point of the night. As the inbounds goes, Shaylee Smith. Smith now dribbling in the front court, picks up the dribble and walks with the basketball. Pressure defense by Rickman, little half-court man-to-man. The Lady Bulldogs been causing trouble for Livingston. The turnover there will give it back to Rickman as Knappenberger will sit down. Number 11, Allie Beeson, going to come in replacing her. Inbounds goes to Beeson. Beeson across the timeline. Quick crossover to the right hand to Dial on the right side. Dial skips it left side, Clark. Clark working into the paint. Sydney, jumper in front, good. Rather, Audrey Clark with her first 2 to knock that one down and extend the Rickman lead to 26-2. Whiteside goes to Pritchard. Pritchard looks to drive, has it knocked away, got it back. Pritchard now is going to be held and fouled by Rickman. Let's see who they've got. I think it's going to be number 25, and it will. That is Aaliyah Paul picking up her first foul in the second quarter on Rickman, and Livingston will play it in on the inline. Parrott, her inbounds pass stolen by Dial. Dial now to Clark. Clark quickly in the front court. Clark driving all the way to the rim. Jumper rolling, no good. Rebound taken away inside by Rickman. There to pull that one is Paul. Paul now to Dial. 13-foot jump shot banking, no good. Rebound tapped and controlled there by Melton. Melton inside to Paul to lay it up and in. Aaliyah Paul with her first 2. Rickman pulling away now at 28-2. Whiteside off the hands of Pritchard. Taken away by Clark. Clark quickly to the rim. Audrey Clark driving layup, no good. Rebound inside by Paul. Back up and in. Aaliyah Paul with 4 quick points for Rickman. Extends the lead to 30-2 now. 28-point advantage. Lady Bulldogs halfway through the second quarter. Shaylee Smith in the front court. Smith, pass taken away. Clark with another steal. Clark going to drive all the way to the rim. Layup no good. Rebound off the hands of Pritchard. Picked up by Clark. Clark will dribble out of there. Clark now to Beeson. Alley, right side 3 is no good. Long rebound coming out to Paul. Back to Clark. She'll take the 3. That one's no good. Beeson with the rebound. Beeson left side now to Dial. Dial up top, Clark. Clark will drive. Pull up jumper in the lane. Bouncing good. Audrey Clark. Soft touch on the home rim. Clark has 4 all in the second quarter, and Rickman's out by 30. It's 32-2. Inbounds goes to Shaylee Smith. Smith going to be pushed and fouled by Beeson. Allie Beeson will pick up her first foul. Team's second here in the second quarter. The biggest adjustment for people keeping score is being able to keep track of when they change quarters. As Pritchard going to sit down for Livingston. Coming in to replace her will be Adams. Inbounds goes to Vaughn. Vaughn now to Parrott. Parrott has it knocked away. As knocking out of bounds is number 5 there for Rickman. That's Logan Holland there to knock it away for the Lady Bulldogs. And it'll be Parrott stepping out to throw in. Parrott plays it in underneath to Adams. Adams in trouble on the baseline. Walk with the basketball. Paul aggressively there guarding Adams forced the travel, and the turnover going to give it back to Rickman as they'll play it into Holland with 2 minutes to play in the first half, and Rickman well in control of this one, leading 32-2. Holland, right side they go to Melton. Now, number 33 in there for Rickman. That is Darcy Cooper is checked in for the Lady Bulldogs. Turnover by Rickman, going to give it back to Livingston. Reese Parrott stepping out to throw in for the Lady Tigers. Plays it into Shaylee Smith. Rickman still in that half-court man-to-man. Smith dribbling up top. Smith now to Adams. Adams pass taken away. Beeson with the steal. Beeson will cross it to the left hand. Beeson will drive, drops it off now for the left side jumper, which is bouncing no good by Paul. And on the rebound, a foul going to be called on Rickman. Foul will go on the Lady Bulldogs. Picking it up. It is going to go on Rickman. That will be, they signaled it on 51. They don't have a 51. Livingston does. But we're going to go 41. That's the closest. As I think that was on Mila Beth Melton. Shaylee Smith in the front court. Smith picks up the dribble. Smith goes left side. New player in there, number 55 checking in. That's McKenna Stainbrook for Livingston. There's a steal by Paul all the way to the rim. Layup no good, but she's fouled by Livingston. Will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Foul going to go on the Lady Tigers Whiteside, I believe, picking it up. We'll make sure it will go on Isabella Whiteside, picking up her first. First foul in the second quarter on Livingston, but this will put Aaliyah Paul at the free throw line to shoot 2. Rickman's only been at the free throw line one time in the game, with Hossel shooting the only one. Free throw here by Paul is no good. They've missed their first 2 as Rickman, as Livingston going to get number 11, Adeline Farrell, into the ball game for the first time. She'll replace Reese Parrott. Second free throw coming from Paul. This one's on the way. That one's bouncing no good. And a lane violation on Rickman will give it back to Livingston. Lady Tigers will play it in with 1:12 to play in the first half, and Rickman leading this one as Farrell took steps out of bounds, and the turnover by Livingston will give it right back to Rickman. It'll be Holland stepping out to throw in. Holland will play it in right side on the baseline. Holland lob pass going to be taken away by Whiteside. Then Whiteside going to be called for the travel. When she turned, Aaliyah Paul was waiting there for her. And the turnover going to give it right back to Rickman, with Holland stepping out to throw in again. Plays it in to Beeson. Right baseline jump shot bouncing no good. Rebound lost out of bounds. They'll say Whiteside touched it last, and Rickman to throw in again. They'll play it in on the inline, this time on the left side for the Lady Bulldogs. Left corner, Beeson. Beeson now to Cooper. Cooper's 2-point jump shot is bouncing no good. Rebound taken away by number 52, Analia Barrera, who is checked in for Livingston. A turnover by the Lady Tigers is going to give it back to Rickman, as we're under 1 minute to play in the first half. Will be a continuous clock in the second half as Cooper will step out to throw in. Cooper will play it into Beeson. Beeson with the left-hand dribble. Left side to Holland. She'll fake. She'll drive. Little floater banking, no good. Rebound fought for inside. Cooper will save it to Beeson. Beeson, the floater with the left hand, no good. Rebound tapped up, no good by Rickman, as on the follow attempt there was Melton. And controlling it now for Livingston is going to be Stainbrook. And that one knocked away. Excuse me, that's not 11. That's not 55. That's 11. Adeline Farrell, who lost it out of bounds. And the basketball going to go back to Rickman, as they'll play it in with 35 seconds to play in the second quarter. Inbounds goes to Holland. Holland now dribbling top of the key. Goes left side to Beeson. Alley's 2-point jump shot, no good. Rebound tapped around as they fight for it in the lane. Barrera and Cooper going to the floor to tie it up, and the Arrows going to keep it with Rickman as they'll play it on the inline. Holland stepping out to throw in. Plays it in to Cooper. Right side jump shot, good. Darcy Cooper. Cooper knocks down the 2-point field goal for her first bucket of the night, and Rickman moves in front 34-2 with 8 seconds to play in the half. Shaylee Smith's got to hurry to get a shot away as she brings it front court with 2 seconds. Smith has it knocked away by Beeson. Beeson will take it away, but the half will end right there. And at halftime, it is Rickman 34, Livingston 2. We'll have this break, and we'll have the second half coming up from Rickman in just a moment.
Hello, friends. I'm L.G. Puckett with Puckett's Pond. I'm a professional numismatist and a 60-year member of A&A. I'm a strong buyer and collector of coins, gold, silver, and precious metals. If you want to buy, sell, trade, or pawn, then come on in and visit my money museum. It's in the back of Puckett's Furniture. I've got a free gift for the kids, and I'm ready to serve your precious metal needs. At Puckett's Pond, 1125 West Main Street in Livingston.
Come on down.
the second half of this matchup between Livingston and Rickman. As Livingston out on the floor, they've got some new players out there. Sophia Smith will return. In for the first time is 00 Marina Maxwell checking in for Livingston. Garrett Cole back out there for the Lady Tigers. In for the first time is number 42, Ember Wilburn, checking in. We didn't have her number over at Hillham the other night. And also in for the first time is number 34. That is Isabella Melton checking in for Livingston. So those are the 5 for the Lady Tigers. Will be a continuous clock, I believe, here in this second half, as Rickman going to go back with their starting 5. Knappenberger, Hossel, Clark, Dial, and Champlain will get the start in the second half. Allie Reams suffered an injury in the first quarter, about midway through the first quarter. Not sure what it was, but she does not return here in this second half. Champlain is wide open underneath for the layup for her first 2 points of the night. Champlain lays it up and in. Rickman moves in front 36-2. Sophia Smith will bring it front court. Smith against the 1-1-3 zone by Rickman. You don't see that too often, as they're extending the defense against Livingston. Smith dribbling there at the half-court circle. Smith works it left side to Maxwell. Maxwell now to Cole. Cole double-teamed, and Hossel with the steal, but they're going to call a foul on Snowy Hossel. Hossel will pick up the personal. That will be her second, team's first in the third quarter for Livingston. Rather, for Rickman. Livingston will throw it in. Oh, they're going to say free throws here. No, it will be a throw-in. There was no shot taken. He signaled it on 40. They don't have a 40. That's twice he's done that. You got to know who you're calling the foul on. He called it on 51 earlier on Rickman. They didn't have one. Snowy Hossel is the only one that was there. It's got to be her. But they don't have a clue right now, I don't think. Wilburn to play the ball in. Goes inbounds to Maxwell. Maxwell has it taken away by Knappenberger. Knappenberger lead pass to Clark, running on the left side. Power dribble, layup, no good. Rebound, Sophia Smith. And Smith has it knocked away and out of bounds by Knappenberger. No, they say it went. They did go off Knappenberger, so a throw in here for Livingston. Yeah, they've signaled a couple of numbers wrong tonight. Mechanics not good, and you got to know who you call it on. As Sophia Smith will bring it across the timeline. Smith works it front court on the dribble. Smith working at this 1-3 zone. 1-1-3 zone. Smith doesn't use the screen. Now we'll keep the dribble going. Knappenberger not close enough for the 5-second count to go. Now they'll start the 5-second count. Knappenberger knocked it away. Oh, they're going to call the over and back. That was knocked away by Knappenberger, but they called the over and back on Livingston. That will go to Rickman. Dial stepping out to throw in to Hossel. Rather to Knappenberger. Knappenberger works it on the baseline. Champlain. Champlain's layup good. Melton went for the steal. Champlain was wide open at the rim to lay it up and in for her fourth point. And Rickman leads it now 38-2. Sophia Smith into the front court for Livingston. Got away with a double dribble there, and there's a deflection by Hossel. It's still loose. Finally, Smith will get to it for Livingston. Smith has it taken away. Stolen by Knappenberger to Clark running. Right side layup good. Audrey Clark. Clark lays it up and in for her first 2 of the second half. She's got 6 points in the game. And Rickman going to get a lot of new folks ready to check in. The next dead ball is Sophia Smith will bring it front court. Smith picks up the dribble. Dangerous pass. Going to get to Wilburn. Now to Melton. Melton holding the basketball there. As Clark just knocks it away. Melton got it back, and her pass stolen by Hossel. Hossel going to drive. Gets all the way to the rim. Layup no good. But Wilburn will foul her, and Hossel will go to the line to shoot 2. Ember Wilburn with her first foul. First foul of the second half on Livingston, but this will put Snowy Hossel on the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws here. Fouled in the act of shooting. As she'll step up there for the Bulldogs. She makes them both. She'll be the second player to go into double figures, but she left that one on the front of the rim. Rickman going to get Allie Beeson back in. Darcy Cooper will check back in. Logan Holland will come back in. Aaliyah Paul checking back in for Rickman, and they'll have a fifth one if Hossel makes this one. Second free throw on the way. That one's no good. Melton with the rebound for Livingston. Then she's going to be tied up by Paul. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Aaliyah Paul. Paul will pick up her second. Second foul in the second half, as it'll be number 41, Mila Beth Melton, checking in for Rickman to replace Hossel. Under a minute to play in the third quarter as Sophia Smith will bring it front court. Smith spins up top. Beeson there trying to apply the 5-second count. The official's not counting it, but Smith will dribble it out of bounds. Turnover by Livingston will give it right back to Rickman. They'll have to hurry a little bit with this clock running, even on the out of bounds here. As we go down to 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. Holland, right side Beeson. Beeson with the left-hand dribble. Will find open underneath for the jumper, which is no good, is Paul. Rebound taken away by Melton, and a travel going to be called on Melton with 20 seconds to play in the third. Isabella Melton to throw it in for Livingston. They do have to hurry. Clock runs with 10 seconds, and I don't think they realize that. Smith across the timeline with 5 seconds. Smith picks up the dribble. Her pass knocked away by Beeson. It's loose and out of bounds, and the quarter will end right there. After 3 complete, it is Rickman 40, Livingston 2. Back for the fourth quarter in just a moment.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Contact local agent Phil Marshall for your personal price plan today.
Rickman with a big lead through 3 quarters as they lead it 40-2. They haven't given up a field goal. The only points for Livingston, 2 free throws by Reese Parrott back in the first quarter. They haven't scored a field goal, and let's see who Livingston sends out there. They're going to put Zoe Vaughn back on the floor. Ember Wilburn checking back in. Also back in, Adeline Farrell coming back in, Marina Maxwell, and also back in Isabella Melton. For Rickman, it's going to be Allie Beeson, Darcy Cooper, Logan Holland, Mila Beth Melton, and Aaliyah Paul for the Lady Bulldogs. Wilburn, pass going to be knocked away, but a foul going to be called on Melton. Mila Beth Melton will pick up her second, team's first here in the fourth quarter. And again, Livingston to throw in on the sideline. Wilburn to play the ball in. Can't find anyone. Pass knocked away and stolen. Taken away by Paul. Paul quickly in the front court. She and Wilburn run together hard. And a block going to be called on Ember Wilburn. Wilburn will pick up her second. First foul in the second half on Livingston. So Rickman to play it on the inline with Holland stepping out to throw in. Holland to play it in for the Lady Bulldogs. Finds Paul open on the left side. Her jumper no good. The follow by Melton's no good. There's an offensive rebound, though, for Aaliyah Paul. Now to Cooper. Cooper will drive, gets inside, but as she goes, reach going to be called on Livingston. Before the shot, it's going to go on number 34, Isabella Melton, picking up her first, team second here in the fourth quarter, and again, Rickman to play it on the inline. Holland will step out to throw in. Before she does, though, are they not going to let the sub on the floor? They won't. Well, they're going to say free throws here for Darcy Cooper. So Cooper will get a couple of free throws. Now they're going to discuss something else. They've had a rough time tonight. I don't know these gentlemen, but it was well before the shot. And now number 52, Brennan Zellner will check in. She'll come in replacing Aaliyah Paul. So Holland to throw in. Lob to Zellner. Her left side jumper good. Brennan Zellner immediately scoring after coming in off the bench. Her first two. And Rickman leads it 42-2. That one knocked away by their own player. Beeson will drive. Allie's left side layup good. Allie Beeson for her first two. So Beeson gets the steal and the layup to score her first two. Vaughn into the front court. Vaughn to Wilburn. Wilburn tried to go to Melton. Holland knocked it away. Taken away by Cooper. Cooper then to Beeson. Beeson ahead to Zellner. Zellner's wide open on the right side. Layup no good. Rebound tapped around. Cooper going to get control of it for Rickman. Ball knocked free, and they'll tie it up. And the arrow is going to keep it with Rickman. Rickman will play it in on the inline. Before they do, though, Livingston going to get Reese Parrott and Analia Barrera onto the floor. Holland to throw in as Wilburn and Farrell will sit down. Holland lob inside to Melton. Her jumper's no good. Rebound to Zellner. Her follow's no good. Rebound Melton for Livingston. Then she's tied up by Melton for Rickman. And a jump ball going to be called again. This one will go to Livingston as you see 5 new players checking in for Rickman. We'll try to find those as quickly as we can. We're halfway through the fourth quarter as Vaughn brings it front court. She picks up the dribble and will throw it away. In for Rickman, number 12, Grace Ann Hargis checking in. Number 22, Braylee Rudd coming in. Number 13, Alan Lee checking in. Also out there, number 15 is, we don't have a 15 there. We'll try to find who that is. Number 14 out there is Cammie Gall as Melton knocks that one away, and the foul going to be called on Isabella Melton, picking up her second. Team's third here in the fourth quarter, as it will be stepping out to throw in will be Rickman. That one will be Rudd to play it in. Left side jumper is no good. Rebound batted around. It's still loose. Rudd diving on the floor. Then they'll tie it up as Grace Ann Hargis trying to take it away. But it's going to go to Livingston. See, I don't have a... .45, that's who it is. Elin Hoover checking in. Vaughn picks it up. I thought it was 15, stolen away by Rudd. Rudd has it knocked away by Vaughn. Rudd gets it back. Then Vaughn's going to tie her up. And what have we got? A foul going to be called. It's going to go on Zoe Vaughn, picking up her first. Team's fourth here in the fourth quarter. So a throw in for Rickman as we approach a minute to play in the game. Before we do, though, they'll stop play. Again, questions about who the foul was on. They say that's 5 fouls. I only have 4, but it's going to put Braylee Rudd on the free throw line to shoot 2. Rudd going there. Free throws on the way and no good. Rickman hasn't made a free throw yet. They're 0 for 6 if there's a negative of the game. That's that they haven't made a free throw. Second one by Rudd. This one's on the way. This one's banking good. She said, there you go. As Rudd knocks down the second free throw to extend the lead to 45-2. Now with a minute to play in the fourth quarter. So Rickman's going to go to 2-0 in the county. They're going to go to 2-1 overall as that one knocked away. Going to be picked up by Rickman. With the steal there is Gall. Gall all the way to the rim. Left side layup good. Cammie Gall. Gall with the steal and the finish for Rickman to score her first 2. Livingston's going to go to 0-2 overall. 0-2 in Overton County play as Vaughn will bring it front court. Vaughn picks up the dribble. Dangerous pass. Stolen by Gall. Gall's got a breakaway again. Right side layup by Cammie is good again. Back-to-back layups by Cammie Gall for Rickman as they go in front 49-2. Vaughn in the front court picks up the dribble. Vaughn in some trouble, and what we got, a foul going to be called on Rickman. That is Braylee Rudd picking up her first. Team's second here in the second half. So a throw in here. Well, they're going to say free throws here. There's no way that should be free throws, but the time will run out before they take them. And your final score is Rickman 49, Livingston Middle School 2. Let's look at the scoring in this one. As we'll just go down the list. Allie Reams in turnout with 2 points after an injury in the first quarter. 6 for Aubrey Clark, 2 points. 4 in the game for Addie Mae Knappenberger. 4 tonight for Aaliyah Paul. 10 points scored by Chloe Dial, the only player for either team in double figures, as she led all scores with 10. 8 points for Snowy Hossel. 4 points for Logan Champlain. 4 points tonight for Cammie Gall. 1 in the game for Braylee Rudd. 2 points tonight for Elin Hoover to give them their total of. Also Darcy Cooper with 2 points for the Rickman. 2 points tonight for Reese Parrott to give them their total of 2. It's going to wrap up our girls game. We'll be back with the boys action coming up in just a little bit. Girls game wrapping up a little bit ago with Rickman winning that one by a final score of 49-2 over Livingston. Let's take a moment here to thank our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. The Muscle Factory, Exit Rocky Top Realty, Walnut Grove Church of Christ, E.B. Gray Jewelry and Gifts, Willow Grove Marina, Lucky Red Stables, Wascon Incorporated, Maynard Auto Sales, R&M Family Pharmacy, Farmers Insurance, Rick Savage, Overton County News, Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands, Livingston Family Healthcare, Livingston Dairy Queen, Bullseye Security, Livingston Regional Hospital, First Church of Livingston, Gary Maxwell Insurance, Jerry's IGA, Highway Tire, Puckett's Furniture, Milton Rains and Family, People's Bank and Trust Company, Farley and Sons Construction and Excavation, Farm Bureau Insurance, Highway 111 Deli, Livingston Dance Studio, Smith Septic Service, compliments of a Wildcat fan, 1806 Barbecue, Puckett's Family Dentistry, and the Livingston Rental Center, our sponsors here on Overton Events, and we're very grateful to them, making it possible for us to be able to carry these games to you here on Overton Events. Livingston comes in 0-1 on the season. Their only game down at Hillham on Tuesday night. Rather, Livingston comes in 1-0 on the season. I said 0-1, 1-0. They got the win down at Hillham. Rickman comes in 0-2 on the season. They're 0-1 in county play. Is Rickman, as they lost to Wilson last Thursday night. Livingston playing tonight without Sawyer Bilbrey. Sawyer injured an ankle earlier between Tuesday night and tonight, so he is not dressed tonight, won't play for them. Not sure of the extent of the injury, so Livingston going to go with number 3, Diego Hernandez, number 11, Ramsey Hayes, number 23, Grayson Bowles, number 32, Creed Taylor, and number 34, Wyatt Garrett, the starting 5 for Livingston, coached by Rob Godsey, as they come in 1-0 on the season. Rickman, coached by first-year head coach David Matthews. He's assisted by David Ledbetter, Megan Burnett, and Tiffany Krantz. And they'll start number 11, Heath Matthews, as we're ready to get this one underway. The ball in the air, and the tap's going to be controlled by Bowles. With it for Livingston. Starting for Rickman, number 25, Saxon Officer. Number 31 is Colton Hill. Number 32, Dash Brown. And number 43, Aiden Sims. Inside, Livingston going to be called for the travel, as scooting the feet is Creed Taylor, and the turnover will give it to Rickman as they'll get Hill out to throw in. Plays it in to Matthews. Matthews back to Hill. Hill now to bring it up court for the Bulldogs. Back to Matthews. Matthews in the corner they go to Brown. Brown to Hill, cutting inside. Hill triple team, backs it back out to Brown. Down low, tried to get the ball to Hill, but it's kicked away by Hayes. Touch last by Livingston. It will stay with Rickman, as it will be Matthews stepping out to throw in. Heath to play it in, right side on the baseline. Goes to Brown, knocked away by Hayes, but knocked out of bounds by Hayes. Touch last by Livingston. Basketball going to stay with Rickman as they'll play it in, right side on the baseline. Matthews goes underneath, wide open layup on this left side. Good by Aiden Sims. Sims on a pretty set play out of bounds. Will put Rickman in front 2-0. The backcourt, a foul going to be called quickly on Rickman, as it will go on number 31. That is Colton Hill picking up his first foul of the first quarter on the Bulldogs, and Livingston will play it in the backcourt with Bowles stepping out to throw in. Inbounds to Hernandez. Hernandez in the front court, dribbling top of the key. Hernandez between the circles. Playing the point tonight for Livingston. High post, try to get to Garrett. It's knocked away by Sims, but recovered by Hayes. Hayes now. In the corner they go to Bowles. Bowles got away with a double dribble. Up top, Hernandez is wide open for the 3 and knocks it down. Diego Hernandez with the first bucket for Livingston. It's a triple, and the Tigers go in front 3-2. Matthews across the timeline for Rickman. On the baseline, they go to Brown. Brown will drive. Shot blocked by Hayes. Recovered by Rickman, though. They'll drop it to Sims. Sims not a Hill. Left elbow jump shot good by Colton Hill. Hill with his first 2 puts Rickman back in front by 1, 4-3. Pressure now by the Bulldogs. They're 2-2-1. Hayes to Garrett in the front court. His jumper inside, banking good. Wyatt Garrett. Garrett led Livingston their first game against Hillham. Puts them in front here by 1, 5-4 on his first bucket. Brown, long pass stolen by Hayes. Tried to get it to Sims, but Ramsey Hayes steps right in front to make the steal. Hernandez into the front court. Hernandez dribbling between the circles. Hernandez working there. We'll go left side now to Taylor. One dribble, picks up the dribble, back to Hayes on the wing. Hayes now to Hernandez. Right side they go to Bowles. Bowles backs it back out, dribbled it off the foot of Officer. And they're going to call a kick on Officer. It wasn't a kick. He dribbled it off the foot, but it will be a break here for Livingston. Might have got out of bounds off of Rickman as Taylor going to sit down. Coming in to replace him will be Cameron Lowe, checking in for the first time as Livingston going with a big lineup now as Bowles will take the three. That one's no good. Rebound Brown. Matthews now. Long pass going to be knocked away by Hernandez. He'll save it, but right to Brown. Brown now to Officer. Officer. Quick crossover. Gets in the lane. Finds Sims down low. Blocked away by Hayes. Taken away by Hayes. Hernandez now to bring it front court. Hernandez on the right side for the Tigers. Hernandez will drive. Tries to go inside to Lowe. He wasn't ready. They lost it on the turnover. Matthews to bring it front court. We're halfway through the first quarter with Livingston leading 5-4. Jumper no good by Rickman. Rebound Lowe. Hayes now to Bowles running the floor. Bowles will drive. Knocked away and out of bounds off Livingston. Touching it last. It'll go to Rickman. Hill to play it in the backcourt to Matthews. Matthews now will bring it across the timeline to Officer against the 2-3 zone by Livingston. Right side they go to Hill. Hill back up top to Matthews. Matthews high post Officer. Officer on the baseline to Sims. They'll skip it now to Hill. Hill fall away on the baseline, no good. Garrett lost the rebound to Sims. He'll kick it back out to Hill. Hill now to Matthews. Matthews goes left side to Officer. Officer with the left-hand dribble, picks up the dribble. High post, they go to Hill. Hill now to Matthews. Left corner Officer, fakes the three, steps to the short corner. The two-point jumper is no good. Hayes with the rebound for Livingston. Hayes now will bring it front court for the Tigers as he works it across the timeline. To Hernandez, back to Hayes on the right wing. Pass deflected by Officer, taken away by Officer. Good anticipation by Saxton Officer to make the steal for Rickman. Matthews, quick crossover, gets him in the lane, drops the pass down low to Brown, but Brown lost it out of bounds. Tried to make the fake, and when he went up with it, I think it slipped out of his hands and goes over the end line, and the turnover will give it back to Livingston. Bowles goes inbounds to Hernandez against the 1-2-1-1 pressure. Low, long pass to Garrett. Garrett trying to save it, will do so to Lowe. Lowe, jumper in the lane is no good. Rebound Sims for Rickman. Sims now to Matthews. Matthews across the timeline. Double team there, goes right side to Hill. Hill back up top to Matthews. Matthews back right wing, Hill. Hill will take the long two-point jump shot. It's no good. Brown with the rebound. Hayes knocks it away to Lowe. Lowe now to Hernandez. Hernandez behind the back, and as he goes, an offensive foul going to be called on Diego Hernandez. Hernandez will pick up his first foul of the game on Livingston, coming with 1:20 to play in the first quarter, and Rickman wants a 30-second timeout. It's Livingston 5, Rickman 4, back in 30 seconds.
Hello, friends. Are you in the market for a new mattress or bedroom suite? Puckett's Furniture is your Tempur-Pedic and Sealy Posturepedic mattress dealer. Take advantage of Puckett's low price guarantee, plus up to 80% off of our Jameson solid latex mattress sets, putting thousands of dollars in your pocket. Queen mattress.
Livingston in front by 1, 5-4 as we come back to the Rickman Elementary School gym. If I'm not mistaken, this is the biggest playing floor in the county, 94 feet. This one, it's a college-sized floor, so that changes things when you come in here. They didn't change it when they redone the building down here, and I don't think they have. Officer going to drive, drops it off to Sims on a pretty pass, and he's going to be fouled by Hayes, and will go to the line to shoot two. Ramsey Hayes will pick up his first, team second here in the first half, and this will put Aiden Sims on the free throw line to shoot the first free throws of the game with 1:08 to play in the first quarter. Sims stepping up there with 2 of their 4 points. We'll put this one on the way. Off the back of the rim, no good. Still a chance to tie it here for Aiden Sims. It looks a lot different to what it was a while as they put this new floor down. Brand new floor here at Rickman Elementary. Second free throw by Sims rattles home to tie the game at 5. But if you remember, on the other side of the floor, for many years they had only that small set of bleachers, had some open areas on each end as Sims knocks that one away and knocks it out of bounds. It will stay with Livingston as they'll play it in right side front court with Bowles stepping up to throw in. They really extended the seating here as Garrett looks to drive. Knocked away by Officer and out of bounds. It will stay with Livingston with Bowles stepping out to throw in. Bowles to play it in right side on the baseline. He'll find Hernandez in the left corner. Now to Garrett at the elbow. His jumper is off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound taken away by Brown. Brown now to Matthews to bring it front court. Matthews works his way in the paint, kicks it back out to Officer. Officer going to drive, and as he goes, a foul going to be called on Grayson Bowles. Bowles will pick up his first, team's third, second in the quarter, or second and third in the first quarter. As Matthews to throw in right side on the baseline. Still 45 seconds to play in the first quarter. As Matthews can't find anyone. Finally, Officer fading out to the top of the key. Officer goes right side now to Matthews. Matthews pass taken away by Hernandez. Hernandez quickly to the rim. He'll drive. Layup right side, no good. Rebound pulled away by Officer. Officer now to Matthews. Matthews will bring it front court on the dribble. Matthews working between the circles. Left side they go to Hill. Hill holding the basketball there after picking up the dribble. Needs help. He'll find Brown over on this near side. Brown now to Matthews. Right side they go to Officer. Officer drives against the zone. Little wraparound pass got low in the air on the fake by Sims. Sims finds Brown in the lane. His jumper is no good, but a foul going to be called on Livingston, and Sims will go to the line to shoot 2. They've got number 34, Wyatt Garrett, picking up his first. Team's fourth here in the first quarter, but this will put Dash Brown on the free throw line to shoot 2. Trying to give Rickman the lead again. Free throw by Brown is no good. His first free throw attempt of the night as a team. Rickman's 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Livingston has not attempted a free throw yet in the game. This one by Brown is no good. Rebound knocked free. It's still loose. It's finally getting to it. It's going to be Officer. 1 second to play. They won't get a shot away, and we're through 1. After 1 complete, it is Livingston 5, Rickman 5. Back for the second quarter right after this.
Quality care close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
Protecting the newest Overton County residents. Livingston Regional, named one of the state's best award winners for its work at reducing infant mortality. The BEST Award focuses on the importance of breastfeeding, early elective delivery reduction, and safe sleep for Tennessee babies.
Quality care close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
5-5 after 1 here in Rickman as we bring you this matchup here tonight between Rickman and Livingston. We've got high school football coming up tomorrow night for you. Friday night, Livingston Academy Wildcats will close out their season at home against White County. Senior night activities will begin at 6:30 tomorrow night. Game starts at 7 at Tom Davis Memorial Stadium as the Wildcats close out the season against White County. Former Livingston Academy player and coach Curtis Beatty bringing the White County Warriors into Livingston on Friday night to take on Coach Mattenhauser's Wildcats, as Coach Hauser's team got a big win in Crossville last Friday to get their first region win of the season over Cumberland County by a final score of 19-7, and would love to go back-to-back wins to close out the season and finish 4-6 on this season. Inbounds goes to Matthews to start the second quarter. Now to Hill. We've also got Halloween coming up on Saturday here on Overton Events. Garrett knocks that one away, but as he's falling out of bounds, saves it to Hill. Hill now to Matthews. Left side Officer. His two-point jumper is no good. Rebound tapped out to Hill. Hill now to Officer. Officer finds Matthews. He's got to look at a three and knocks it down. Heath Matthews with his first bucket. First three-pointer of the night by Rickman gives them their biggest lead at 3. It's 8-5. Hernandez through traffic to Hayes. Hayes spins in the front court. Goes left side now to Bowles. Bowles three to answer is no good. Rebound tapped by Lowe, but tapped out of bounds by by Lowe. Touch last by him. It will go to Rickman. Hill to throw in. Plays the ball in to Matthews. Matthews now will bring it front court to Officer. Officer at the right elbow. Pretty pass to Hill inside. Hill's jumper is no good. Lowe made him alter it, and the rebound taken away by Hayes. Hayes now to Hernandez on the right side. Hernandez working between the circles now to set the offense. Goes left side, Bowles. Bowles on the left wing. In the corner they go to Hayes. He'll skip it, Hernandez. Hernandez will drive, leans in, jumper banking, no good. Brown with the rebound for Rickman. Dash Brown pulling that one now to Matthews. Matthews in the front court. Matthews goes right side to Officer. Officer has it knocked away. I think it went off his leg. No, they say it went off Livingston. Going to stay with Rickman here in the front court as they'll play it in on the end line. 4.5 to play second quarter as Rickman going to get the first sub of the game in. Number 12, Hudson Hauser, going to check in. He'll come in replacing Colton Hill. It'll be Matthews to throw in. Matthews up top to Officer. Officer back to Matthews. Matthews dribbling deep in three-point range. Hauser going back to Officer. Officer against the 2-3 by Livingston. In the corner they go to Hauser. Down low, Brown. Brown, jumper on the right side, no good. Lowe with the rebound. Lowe's pass knocked away by Brown. Then Brown trying to take it away from Hayes will pick up the foul. Dash Brown going to pick up his first. First foul in the second quarter against Rickman will come with 4:12 to play in the second quarter, as it will be Bowles to play the ball into Hernandez. Hernandez across the timeline. Left side to Hayes. Hayes has it knocked away. Got it back, though. That's loose over there. Brown knocks it away from Bowles. Picked up by Hauser. Hauser now to Brown. Brown back to Hauser. Now to Matthews. Long pass to Officer Rain on the left side. Officer will drive. Double team down low. Tries to find Sims. Low pass gets away from him, but picked up by Brown. Brown up top, Matthews. Now to Hauser. Right side three is no good. Rebound taken away by Lowe. Lowe has it knocked away. It's loose. Picked up by Sims. Sims double teamed inside, and they're going to call a jump ball. Arrow going to give it to Livingston with 3:33 to play in the first half and an 8-5 Rickman lead. Bowles stepping out to throw in. Coming in for Livingston, it's going to be Caden Thesis. He'll come in replacing Ramsey Hayes. Hernandez in the front court. Picks up the dribble. Might have got away with a walk. Left side, Thesis. Thesis back out to Hernandez. Hernandez working top of the key. Will step around the screen. He'll drive. Pull up jumper on the baseline is no good. Long rebound goes off the hands of Rickman and out of bounds. Touch last by the Bulldogs. It will stay with Livingston. As stepping out to throw in will be Bowles. Bowles plays it underneath to Garrett. His layup good. Wyatt Garrett, his first two of the second quarter. He's got 4 in the game. Cuts the lead down to 1 at 8-7. Officer pulls up the free throw line. That's too long, no good. Hernandez with the rebound. Hernandez leads the 3-on-1 break to Garrett running the floor. His layup no good. Rebound batted out. Hauser will come up with it there for Rickman. Then he's going to be held and fouled by Garrett. Garrett trying to take it away from Hudson Hauser will pick up his second foul. So Garrett becomes the first player for either team to pick up multiple fouls as he picks up number 2 with 2:50 to play in the second quarter. We're halfway through the second quarter as Hayes going to come back in. He'll replace Thesis. Rickman will play it in to Matthews with the Bulldogs leading by 1, 8-7. Hauser now to Brown. Back to Hauser cutting through. Hauser inside, Officer in a crowd. Backs it back out to Sims. Free throw line, Matthews. Matthews dribbling between the circles. Right side, Hauser. Hauser back to Matthews. Matthews works it to the right elbow. Now to Hauser. Hauser dribbling through traffic there. Will kick it out to Sims. Sims inside. Pass knocked away and stolen by Hernandez. Hernandez quickly in the front court. Hernandez tried to get the ball to Brown down low, but it's knocked away. And it will go off Livingston. Rickman will play it in. They'll go inbounds to Matthews as we approach 2 minutes to play in the first half, and an 8-7 Rickman lead. The Rickman girls won 49-2 in the girls matchup earlier. Right elbow, Sims down low to Brown. He's triple teamed. Brown will find Hauser on the baseline. He'll drive, inside shot blocked away by Lowe. Hauser got it back. Hauser trying to find someone. It's Brown in the lane. His turnaround jumper inside's no good. Hayes with the rebound. Hauser knocks it away. Picked up by Officer. Officer back to Hauser at the elbow. Hauser backs it back out now to Sims. Left wing Matthews. His three in the air is off the back of the iron. No good. Long rebound kicks out to Bowles with a chance to run, but Rickman is back well defensively. Bowles will back it back out and reset to Hernandez. Right side Hayes. He'll take the three there. That one rims out. Rebound taken away by Hauser for Rickman. Hauser now to Matthews. Matthews quickly across the timeline. Left side they go to Officer. Officer. Pretty old pass down low to Sims. His pass knocked away though by Garrett. And out of bounds. Touch last by Livingston. Basketball going to go to Rickman as they'll play it on the inline with Matthews stepping out to throw in. Matthews to play it in for the Bulldogs. Tries to go underneath to Sims. Knocked away by Garrett and out of bounds. Coach Godsey thought it went off of Rickman. The official doesn't agree, and Rickman wants a timeout. They'll take a 30 with 1:06 to play in the first half. It is Rickman 8, Livingston 7. Back to Rickman in 30 seconds.
Hello, friends. I'm LG Puckett with Puckett's Pond. I'm a professional numismatist and a 60-year member of A&A. I'm a strong buyer and collector of coins, gold, silver, and precious metals. If you want to buy, sell, trade, or pawn, then come on in and visit my money museum. It's in the back of Puckett's Furniture. I've got
Rickman to play the ball in, leading by 1. They've got number 21, Jacob Copeland, onto the floor. He comes in replacing Heath Matthews. Copeland to play the ball in, left side on the baseline. Tried to hit Officer. Hernandez going high to knock that one away. Knocks it out of bounds. Touch last by Livingston, though. It will stay with Rickman. Left side front court as Hauser will play the ball in for the Bulldogs. Goes inbounds to Copeland. Copeland right side tried to hit Brown. Garrett took it away. Garrett double teamed in the backcourt. Now to Lowe. Lowe to Hayes to bring it front court. Hayes on the right side. He'll drive, gets inside. Little contact there, and as he goes, a travel going to be called. Walk on Livingston. Going to give it back to Rickman as they'll play it in on the inline. Rickman goes inbounds to Copeland. Copeland now across the timeline. Right side they go to Hauser. Hauser in the corner now to Brown. Brown to Officer cutting inside. High arcing shot good by Saxton Officer. Officer had to lob that one over the outstretched hands of the defender. Able to drop it in for his first two and put Rickman back in front by 3 at 10-7. Bowles, as they try to go inside to Garrett. It's knocked away, but saved right back in bounds to Bowles. Right side Hernandez. His three is bouncing no good. Officer with the rebound with 13 seconds. Hauser now to Copeland. Copeland back to Hauser. 7 seconds to play in the half. Hauser right side Brown. Brown leans in. Jumper at the buzzer is no good. Rebound taken away by Hayes, and the half will end right there at halftime. It is at Rickman 10, Livingston 7. We'll be back for the second half in just a moment. Just about ready to start the second half in this boys matchup as Rickman leads 10-7 at halftime. Rickman being led by a couple of players with 3 points. Aiden Sims has 3. Heath Matthews has 3. Matthews made a 3-point field goal. Sims was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 2 points apiece for Saxton Officer and Colton Hill. Livingston being led by Wyatt Garrett, who leads all scorers with 4 points. 3 points in the first half for Diego Hernandez on a 3-point field goal to give them their 7-point total. And a 3-point lead for Rickman. They have the basketball to start the second half. Officer in the front court will drive, drops it off down low to Sims, breaking to the rim. Layup good, Aiden Sims. Sims gets the second half started on a pretty play to get to the rim and lay it up and in, give Rickman their biggest lead. There's a steal by Hill. Hill ran into by Brown, might have got away with the walk, but the officials let play continue, and Rickman will bring it front court with Matthews. Right side they go to Officer. Officer's pass knocked away, but goes back to Hill. Hill to Sims, now to Brown, blocked by Hernandez, taken away by Hernandez. No look pass to Bowles. His jumper in the lane, no good. Rebound tapped out, going to be controlled by Officer, wanting to run the other way. Officer will drive. His pass taken away by Hayes, then lost out of bounds by Hayes. Touch pass by Livingston. Basketball going to stay with Rickman as they'll play it on the end line. Rickman to throw in on the end line with Matthews stepping out to play the ball in. Goes inbounds to Officer. Right baseline jump shot, bouncing no good. Hayes with the rebound for Livingston. Hayes now to bring it across the timeline. Hayes working it now to Hernandez. Hernandez dribbling between the circles and away from the ball. We've got a foul called inside. Let's see who they've got. It's going to go on Rickman's dash. Brown picking it up. Brown will pick up his first. First foul in the second half on Rickman, and it will be Livingston to play the ball in on the end line. Grayson Bowles stepping out to throw in for the Tigers. We played just over a minute in the second half, with Rickman adding to their lead at 12-7. Bowles to Hernandez in the corner. Inside Garrett. Fall away blocked by Sims. Garrett will save it to Hernandez. His pass knocked away. Stolen away by Officer. Then Hayes trying to take it away will commit the foul. Ramsey Hayes going to pick up his second. First foul in the second half on Livingston. Will give the basketball right back to Rickman. Inbounds goes to Matthews. Matthews now will bring it across the timeline. Works it front court on the dribble. Right side now to Hill off the hands of Officer. It's taken away by Livingston. Hernandez running the other way. Diego's jumper inside good. Diego Hernandez. Hernandez with the first points of the second half for Livingston. Cuts the lead back to 3 at 10-7. Matthews will drive. Drops it off down low. Sims. Sims going to draw the foul on Lowe on the ball fake. Cameron Lowe will pick up his first personal foul. Second foul in the second half on Livingston. The third quarter on Livingston as they reset. Now after each quarter, Matthews to play the ball in to Sims, breaking open underneath. Aiden Sims with the wide open layup. They've ran that a couple of times. He's gotten wide open twice to score the layup. Inbounds goes Hernandez. Hernandez to Hayes in the front court. Hayes will drive. Hill going to run into him, and a block going to be called on Colton Hill. Hill will pick up his second. Second foul in the second half on Rickman, and Livingston will play the ball in on the end line. It'll be Bowles stepping out to throw in with exactly 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Hernandez with it. He'll dribble up between the circles to set the offense against the 2-3 zone now by Rickman. Hayes has it knocked away by Brown, taken away by Sims. Now Matthews to bring it front court. Matthews across the timeline, goes right side to Officer. Officer, quick crossover, gets him inside, and Saxton knocks down the pull-up jumper. Saxton Officer has his fourth point. Rickman's out by 6 now at 15-9. Lowe in the front court. Lowe will drive. Power move inside, no good. Garrett with the rebound. Garrett fall away on the baseline, no good. Lowe with another chance. He puts it back up, no good. Rebound taken away by Hill, and Garrett shaken up for Livingston. Garrett hitting the floor hard there for the Tigers as he is holding his lower back. Livingston out there checking on White to see if he's all right. While they've got a player down, we'll take this break. 3:19 to play in the third. It's Rickman 16, Livingston 9. Back to Rickman right after this.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Contact local agent Phil Marshall for your personal price plan today.
Rickman will play the ball in after the injury timeout for Wyatt Garrett. He's able to walk off the floor unassisted, so that's a good sign. Oh, Rickman's got a wide open layup. Sims will drive to the rim. Layup good. Aiden Sims. I think Livingston was a little confused. Livingston wanted a timeout. Nobody can see Coach Godsey. There's a steal by Sims. Sims will drive, cut off on the baseline, backs it out to Matthews. His three in the air is no good. Hernandez with the rebound, and he's fouled by Officer. Saxton Officer will pick up his first. Third foul in the second half on Rickman. And it'll be Livingston to play it in on the inline. Livingston's got number 32, Creed Taylor, back in the ballgame, replacing Wyatt Garrett. We're halfway through the third quarter. Rickman's lead is 9, 18-9. Hayes in the front court, lob to Lowe. Lowe down low. He's double teamed and had Brown take it away. Brown with the steal. Now to Matthews. Matthews across the timeline for the Bulldogs. Goes left side to Hill. Hill on the left wing. Back to Matthews. Matthews inside Brown. Brown turns to the baseline. Gets inside. Fall away jumper. No good. Lowe with the rebound for Livingston. Lowe now to Hayes. Hayes will bring it front court on the dribble. Hayes working the ball there for the Tigers. Rickman with a good quarter as they had 10 points in the first half. They've scored 8 as Hernandez, little floater on the right side, will knock that one down. They've scored 8 in the third quarter, and we've still got over 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Officer in the front court. Officer will keep it all the way to the rim. Reverse layup, good. Saxton Officer. Officer with the reverse layup for his 6th point. And Rickman back out by 9, 20-11. Bowles will bring it front court. Bowles dribbling up top. Right side, pass deflected by Matthews. Bowles got it back. Hayes down low, Taylor. And reaching in, a foul going to be called on Rickman. Let's see who they've got. Couple of players there. It's going to go on number 32. That is Dash Brown picking up his 2nd. 4th foul in the third quarter, so Livingston in the bonus with the next 1:43 to play in this third quarter. Bowles going to sit down along with Lowe for Livingston. Garrett coming in for the first time is number 30, Weston Cantrell. Rickman going to get Hudson Hauser back on the floor as he'll check back in for the Bulldogs. Inbounds goes Hernandez. Hernandez now to Cantrell through his hands. He's able to save it. Now to Hayes. Hayes between the circles. Right side Hernandez. Diego pulls up from 17. Jumper's no good. Hauser with the rebound. He's going to be fouled by Taylor going after the loose ball. Creed Taylor will pick up his first. 3rd foul in the second half on Livingston, so they've got 1 to give before Rickman goes in the bonus, as it'll be inbounds to Matthews. Matthews across the timeline. Good quarter continuing for Rickman with Hill. Hill in the corner now to Hauser. Hauser on the baseline, has it knocked away. It's loose, picked up by Taylor. Taylor now in trouble, and a foul going to be called on Rickman. Let's see who they've got. It's going to go on Aiden Sims. He'll pick up his first. Team's 5th. Should be free throws here for Livingston, and it will be. As 2 shots here for the Tigers after the 5th foul. Trying to tell the officials. Guarantee you they don't know who's shooting. So if you're Livingston right here, you send your best free throw shooter. I guess it is going to be Creed Taylor. They may have gotten that correct, as Taylor will step up to the free throw line to shoot 2 for the Tigers. Creed going there with 1.5 minutes to play in the third. Puts this one on the way, and it's no good. He'll have another, shooting that one without a dribble. He'll take the second free throw here. This one's on the way. That one's no good. Garrett with the offensive rebound. Then he's going to be held and fouled by Rickman. Foul going to go on Colton Hill. He'll pick up his third. Hill, the first player for either team to pick up as many as 3. And this will put Wyatt Garrett on the free throw line for the first time, shooting 2 here, trying to cut into this 9-point lead, and the first one's good. Garrett, 1 in the quarter. He's got 5 in the game. Rickman will get number 23, Baylor Barnes, into the ball game for the first time. He'll come in replacing Hill, who'll sit down with the 3 foul. Garrett makes the second free throw. Livingston cuts it down to 7 at 20-13. Hauser, against pressure by Livingston, goes inbounds to Matthews. Matthews dribbling in the backcourt. Will bring it across the timeline. Matthews works it inside the arc. Back out now to Barnes. Barnes back to Matthews. Right side 3. Good. Heath Matthews. Big time bucket there by Matthews to knock down his second 3 and to give Rickman a 10-point lead for the first time. Garrett driving the other way. Layup good. Wyatt Garrett. Garrett with his 8th point cuts the lead back to 8. Rickman's got a run out with Officer. Officer drops it off to Barnes. Layup good. Pretty pass there from Saxton Officer to Baylor Barnes to lay it up and in for his first 2. Rickman back out by 10, 25-15. Hernandez will skip it now to Hayes. Hayes down low Garrett. Garrett's jumper no good. Taylor with an offensive rebound, and he's knocked to the ground by Rickman. Will go to the line to shoot 2. As the foul going to go on the Bulldogs. Picking it up will be Aiden Sims, called for his second, and Creed Taylor back to the free throw line to shoot 2. Taylor going there with 37 seconds to play in the third quarter. Free throw, banking good. Taylor has his first point and cuts the lead back to single digits as Caden Thesis going to check back in for Livingston. He'll replace Ramsey Hayes. Second free throw coming up from Taylor. Taylor puts this one on the way and banks that one home. Creed Taylor makes them both there for Livingston. Matthews against the pressure. Matthews will bring it across the timeline. Right side Barnes. Barnes pass deflected and stolen by Hernandez. Hernandez going to drive, gets in the lane. Inside layup good, Diego Hernandez. Little Euro step. Might have got away with the step, but they let play continue, and Garrett has just picked up number 3. Wyatt Garrett will pick up his third foul with 17 seconds to play in the third. The layup by Hernandez has cut the lead to 6, 25-19. Rickman in front. Hayes trying to check in to replace Garrett with the 3 fouls. Garrett going to sit down. Rickman to play the ball in. Probably last shot time here for the Bulldogs. Inbounds goes to Matthews. He'll dribble outside. Now to Officer. Officer down low. Hayes knocked it away. Picked up by Thesis. Hayes in the front court now. Hayes works his way inside all the way to the rim. Jumper no good. Rebound Hauser, and the quarter will end right there. We're through 3. It is Rickman 25, Livingston 19. Back for the fourth quarter right after this. Rickman took as much as a 10-point lead in that third quarter. Livingston has battled back to within 6, now at 25-19. Tigers back on the floor with Creed Taylor. Also out there, Grayson Bowles, Ramsey Hayes, Wyatt Garrett, and Diego Hernandez. Rickman sends out Colton Hill, Dash Brown, Saxton Officer, Aiden Sims, and Heath Matthews. Livingston with possession to start the fourth quarter, trying to cut into this 6-point lead. Hernandez, top of the key. High post tried to hit Garrett. Ball knocked away. Saved, though, by Taylor. Taylor will drive. Double team. Tried to go back outside to Garrett. Deflected out to Hernandez. This Rickman defense, they've turned it up here in this second half. Hayes in the front court. Hayes, high post Garrett. His pass knocked away. Garrett got it back. Garrett now to Hernandez dribbling between the circles. Hernandez going to drive, gets inside. Jumper is good. Diego Hernandez. Hernandez just trying to take over for the Tigers. He's the first player for either team in double figures. Has 11, and the lead cut to 4, 25-21. Officer, right side three is good by Saxton Officer. Officer knocks down his first triple. Rickman's made 3 threes. There's a steal by Sims. Sims to Officer. Officer behind the back tried to hit Sims, but he couldn't control it. Oh, it would have been pretty if Sims had been able to catch it. Couldn't do so, and it'll go back to Livingston with the Tigers trailing by 7. Long pass will get to Hayes. Hayes in the front court on the right side. Hayes will drive. Lob pass to Garrett. Left side jumper, no good. Taylor tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds off Taylor. It'll go to Rickman. Rickman will play it in against pressure by Livingston as the inbounds goes to Sims. Dangerous pass. Hernandez will steal it. Hernandez in the front court. Hernandez driving to the rim. Hill going to pick up his 4th foul. Colton Hill will pick up his 4th. First foul of the second half, or the 4th quarter on Rickman. As this will put Diego Hernandez on the free throw line to shoot 2. Hernandez going there. The free throw is no good. Stays a 7-point game as Hernandez to shoot a second. He leads all scorers with 11. Wyatt Garrett has 8. Second free throw by Hernandez is good to give him 12. Rickman being led by a couple of players with 9. Saxton Officer and Aiden Sims each have 9 for the Bulldogs. Officer in the front court. 28-22. Officer right side 3. That one's no good. They battle for the rebound, and I think they've got Hayes on the back of Officer. Let's wait and see. It is going to be Ramsey Hayes picking up that one. That was Sims he was on the back of. Hayes picks up his 3rd. First foul in the 4th quarter on Livingston. So it'll be Matthews to throw in. Still a lot of time as the inbounds goes to Officer. Now to Hill at the half-court circle. Back to Officer. Officer takes a look at the clock. 4.5 to play in the 4th quarter. Rickman leading 28-22, and they're burning some clock. Matthews spreading the floor. Now to Officer. Officer with the left-hand dribble. Back to Matthews. Right side they go to Hill. Little 4 corners here by Rickman. Lob pass knocked away by Taylor. Stolen by Hernandez. Hernandez in the front court. Sims knocked it free. Hernandez kept it. His jumper's no good, but he'll be fouled by Officer and will shoot 2. Saxton Officer going to pick up his 2nd. Team's 2nd here in the 4th quarter, and this will put Diego Hernandez back on the free throw line to shoot 2 with a chance to get as close as they've been in the second half. Free throw is no good. He'll have a second opportunity stepping back up there for the Tigers. Still a chance to make it a 5-point game. This one's on the way. This one's good. So Hernandez makes 1 out of 2 and cuts the lead to 5 at 28-23. Hill across the timeline to Brown. Brown backs it back to Hill. They do spread into the 4 corners now, does Rickman. Hill holding the basketball. That's where when you try to hold it now with the 2 shots every time, you're not going to get that chance at a 1-and-1 anymore. It's the 2 free throws each time on a foul after 5 minutes, or after 5 fouls, and the timeout going to be called by Rickman. We'll take a moment to thank our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. Livingston Rental Center, Puckett's Family Dentistry, 1806 Barbecue, compliments of a Wildcat fan, Smith Septic Service, Livingston Dance Studio, Highway 111 Deli, Farm Bureau Insurance, Farley & Sons Construction and Excavation, People's Bank and Trust Company, Milton Rains and Family, The Muscle Factory, Exit Rocky Top Realty, Puckett's Furniture, Highway Tire, Jerry's IGA, Gary Maxwell Insurance, First Church of Livingston, Livingston Regional Hospital, Bullseye Security, Livingston Dairy Queen, Livingston Family Healthcare, Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands, Overton County News, Farmers Insurance Rick Savage, R&M Family Pharmacy, Maynard Auto Sales, Wascon Incorporated, Lucky Red Stables, Willow Grove Marina, E.B. Gray Jewelry and Gifts, and Walnut Grove Church of Christ. It's Livingston and Rickman tonight here at the Rickman Elementary School gym. Happy to have you with us here on Overton Events. If you're enjoying our coverage and you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching us on Facebook, give us a follow there on our Facebook page. Share our videos on Facebook. Help us grow our channel. Rickman to play the ball in with 3:40 to play in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs holding on to a 5-point lead, 28-23, as they led by as many as 10 in the third quarter. Hill goes inbounds. That's off Officer. Officer gets it back. Now to Hill. Hill on the right wing. Picks up the dribble. Up top now to Matthews. Again, they try to spread the floor. Livingston's been called for only one foul, and now Hayes going to be called for the push, and that's his fourth. Hayes picks up number 4 with 3.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Still only team foul number 2 against Livingston. They'll leave him out there with the 3.5 minutes to play. Matthews to throw in. Hayes has got to be aware that he has 4. Coach Godsey tells him that now. He can't commit a foul. Brown cutting inside. Pull-up jumper in the lane is good. Dash Brown. Brown with his first 2. Puts Rickman back in front by 7, 30-23. Hernandez goes right side to Hayes. Hayes back to Hernandez. Diego, deep 3. That one's bouncing, no good. Brown with the rebound for Rickman. Brown controlling for the Bulldogs. Now to Matthews. Matthews dribbling in the backcourt. Matthews up the sideline to Officer. Officer underneath Sims. Sims in the lane. Tried to go back to Officer. Deflected by Hayes. Hill going to save it to Officer. Officer hands off now to Hill. Hill at the half-court stripe. They double team. He goes back to Officer. We're halfway through the fourth quarter. Livingston getting a little bit more anxious now as time running down. Matthews going to back it back out to spread the floor for the Bulldogs. Matthews with the left-hand dribble. Matthews working with the 5-second count going. Bowles knocked it away. Matthews goes down but able to save it to Officer. Officer spins to the left hand. Now to Matthews. Matthews right side they go to Hill. Hill. Dangerous pass goes out of bounds off Taylor. Touch last by Livingston. Basketball going to stay with Rickman with 2:15 to play in the fourth quarter, and Rickman leading 30-23. Hill plays it into Brown. Brown double teamed, and a jump ball going to be called. Arrow going to keep it with Rickman, though, as they'll play it in on the sideline. Oh, they say it's low enough to throw in on the baseline. Rickman's been dangerous on baseline inbounds as they've had people cutting free several times, and now Matthews to throw in. Right side on the baseline. Plays it underneath, tried to hit Sims. Garrett knocks it away, but knocks it out of bounds. Touch last by Livingston. It will stay with Rickman. 2:11 to play in the fourth, with the Bulldogs looking for their first win of the season, their first county win. Sims on the right baseline. His jumper's no good. Garrett with the rebound for Livingston. Garrett now to Taylor. Taylor will bring it up the floor for Livingston. Now to Hernandez. Hernandez up top. Diego will drive. Gets inside. Is hammered by Sims and will go to the line to shoot 2. Aiden Sims going to pick up his third. Team's third here in the fourth quarter. And this will put Diego Hernandez on the free throw line to shoot 2. Hernandez going there with 1:55 to play in the fourth. Trying to cut into this 7-point lead. The free throw is no good. Diego's had a good night. He's got 13 points, but is only 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Hernandez to shoot a second. Steps back up there for the Tigers. Puts this one on the way. It's no good. Hayes with the offensive rebound. Hayes back to Hernandez. Hernandez dribbling through. He'll go up top. Bowles. Bowles going to drive. Swings it right side. Hayes. His 3 in the air is no good. It'll get out of bounds. Touch last by Livingston. Basketball going to go to Rickman with 1:41 to play in the fourth. Tigers going this full court pressure. Rickman has been very effective against it. Sims now to Hill. Hill. Middle of the floor to Brown. Brown almost lost it, able to save it over to Officer. Officer with the left-hand dribble. Will hand off now to Hill. Hill on the right side. Backs it back out now to Matthews. Matthews works it back to Officer. Officer going to be pushed and fouled by Hernandez. And Hernandez will pick up his second, but still only number 3 against Livingston here in the fourth quarter. So it'll be a throw in here for Rickman. As they'll play it in. Left side, inbounds goes to Matthews in the backcourt. Matthews across the timeline. Matthews working there against Bowles. Will cross it over. Moves to double team. Gets rid of it to Hill. Hill now to Officer. Officer being pushed and fouled by Grayson Bowles. So Bowles will pick up his second. Team's fourth. So the next Livingston foul going to put Rickman on the free throw line. But before they go, they'll play it in here and a chance to take this under a minute on this possession. Matthews to throw in on the inline. Underneath, Brown is wide open. Layup no good. Rebound fought for inside. They'll tie it up, and the Arrows going to give it to Livingston. Jump ball call, going to give it to the Tigers as they'll play it in on the inline. Taylor to throw in. Plays it into Bowles. We move under a minute to play in the game. Hernandez on the right side, steps around the screen. Right side long two is good. Diego Hernandez. Hernandez, 6 in the quarter. He's got 15 in the game. Pressure here by Livingston. Bowles going to foul Matthews. Grayson Bowles will pick up his third. Team's fifth in the fourth quarter, so free throws here for Heath Matthews. And again, no 1-and-1 anymore. He'll be shooting 2 free throws here, trying to make this again a 3-possession game if he can make them both. They're going to pull everybody. They just pull a couple of players off the line. They leave Sims and Officer down there. Matthews to the line for the first time. Free throws on the way and good. Heath Matthews, 1 in the quarter. He's got 7 in the game. This to make it a very big hill to climb if he can make them both. Matthews dribbling there. Second free throw on the way. Good again. Matthews makes them both. He's got 8. And the Rickman lead is 7, 32-25. Hernandez in the front court. Little floater in the lane. Bouncing no good. Rebound fought for inside. Lost out of bounds off of Rickman. It will stay with Livingston as they'll play it in on the inline. Taylor stepping out to throw in. Right corner Hernandez. Hernandez now to Hayes. Hayes to Bowles up top. Bowles back to Hernandez. Hernandez will drive. Gets inside. Jumper's no good. Rebound tapped. Hill going to save it to Officer. Officer back to Hill with 20 seconds to play. Matthews pushed and fouled by Taylor in the backcourt. Creed Taylor will pick up his second. Free throws here for Heath Matthews as he'll step up there with a chance to be the first Rickman player to go into double figures. 20.2 to play in the fourth quarter as Matthews steps up there for the Bulldogs. Free throws on the way and good. Matthews just putting this one away at the free throw line. If he makes this, it's completely out of reach. This one's on the way. Good again. Matthews 4 for 4 in the quarter. He's got 10 points to lead Rickman in scoring. Hernandez in the front court. Hernandez in the lane. Floater in front. Good. Diego Hernandez. Hernandez has 17 now to lead all scorers. Hill inbounds to Matthews, and before they make the throw in, a timeout going to be called by Rickman as they'll take it with 3 seconds to play. It's Rickman 34, Livingston 27. Back to Rickman right after this.
Hello, friends. I'm L.G. Puckett with Puckett's Pond. I'm a professional numismatist and a 60-year member of A&A. I'm a strong buyer and collector of coins, gold, silver, and precious metals. If you want to buy, sell, trade, or pawn, then come on in and visit my money museum. It's in the back of Puckett's Furniture. I've got
The Rickman lead is 7, 34-27 as we come back in the Rickman Elementary School gym. The Bulldogs looking to get their first win of the season, looking to go to 1-1 in county play. Looking to even up their record with Livingston. Brown to throw in. Goes to Matthews, and Matthews will just dribble it out, and that will be your final score. Rickman wins it by a final score of 34-27 over Livingston. With the win, Rickman goes to 1-2 overall. They go to 1-1 in Overton County play. Looking at the scoring quickly, Heath Matthews leads Rickman with 10 points on the night. Matthews made 2 3-point field goals, was 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 9 points tonight for Saxton Officer. He made a 3-point field goal. 9 tonight for Aiden Sims. He was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 2 points apiece for Baylor Barnes, Colton Hill, and Dash Brown to give them their total of 34. Livingston led tonight by Diego Hernandez. Big game for Hernandez. He ends up with 17 on the night, was 2 of 6 from the free throw line, made 1 3-point field goal. 8 points scored tonight by Wyatt Garrett. Garrett was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 2 points tonight for Creed Taylor as he went 2 of 4 from the free throw line to give Livingston their total of 27. Rickman wins it 34-27. Girls game earlier, Rickman won that one by a final score of 49-2 over Livingston to complete the sweep of the Rickman teams getting the wins over the Livingston teams tonight. That's going to wrap it up from here. Thank you to our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. For Tyler Maxwell, this is Craig Cantrell saying good night from Rickman